David Shearer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to pick up on my colleague's discussion on the review authority and the independence of the review authority, looking at clause 84, which basically this is it's an important authority. It's the authority in a sense of appeal, and I think it's important that we spend a little bit of time thinking and working through how it functions and the ability of it to deliver a confident decision that is independent both of the minister and of the other parts of the judicial system. Under clause 84, part 1, the section establishes the review authority, and the minister appoints one person to be the review authority. Now, that person, as it goes on and later in the legislation, is supported by a number of members of the Ministry of Justice, and the function of that review authority, as it's set out in clause 85, is to review the decisions of the Secretary as it's set out in section 82 bar 1. The review authority may review a decision of the Secretary only on application of a person in respect of whom the decision is made. So the integrity really, in a sense, is depends and swivels on the ability of that person to be seen as both independent and to be capable and competent. Schedule 3, to which that part refers to, sets out the provisions that provide to part of the legal aid tribunal. That again, it's a question of independence and how that person and how those might be and how those people may actually be appointed. The term of office of the tribunal is 3 years, although it doesn't give a maximum. That person could be those people. A member of the tribunal can be reappointed, and we're talking here about the tribunal, not the review office. I'd like to hear from the Minister of the appointment process, how that appointment process proceeds, whether we see a maximum term of appointment, whether that person is in custom. It's generally intended that somebody would stay on as a person for one term of office, perhaps two. It would be interesting to hear from the Minister whether that was seen to be the case in this particular part of the bill. The tribunal, again, is serviced by the Ministry of Justice. The tribunal is by employees of the ministry, and the liability of the tribunal, as is set out in the Schedule 3, Part 6, the tribunal and the members, the officers or the agents of the tribunal are not under any criminal or civil liability in respect of any act done or omitted in course of the performance or exercise or intended performance or exercise of any of its functions, duties or powers under the Act, or any words spoken or written at in connection with any review, determination or direction to reconsider under the Act. I think looking at this part, Mr. Chair, I think both the review office and the review authority and the tribunal are well set out, but I would like to come back to the point raised by my colleague Charles Chauvel about the independence, because obviously the independence of this office is very much dependent on the way in which the person is and the tribunal is appointed and how they are able to carry out in doing their job. The person who will be appointed, as I understand, will be a lawyer with 7 years' experience, qualified. I don't think there's any issue about that. But the continuation of service, the time in which that person will stay on the tribunal and the review office is an area we perhaps would like some clarification, and the degree of independence by which that person is appointed by the minister is also an issue of concern. Thank you.
Chris Farquhar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for having the opportunity to speak to part 3 of the legal